volume up. That's in Jasper broadcasting live.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, we broadcasting live. We're going with Mullenade. So, how do you feel about Dan Mullen as a coach? Are you excited about the hire?
Yeah, man, definitely excited about the hire, man, without a doubt. It's definitely better than what we had. You know, obviously, old yellow tooth guy, he just definitely wasn't a fit ever at all, man. So, definitely excited about having Mullen back in the fold, man. You know, he knows exactly, what we expect. He knows exactly what we're looking for. You know, he got the excitement back around the program. You know, he got the old players coming around, which is great, for motivation for the current players. And McElwain, he just wasn't a good fit, man. He had us out there looking like some chumps, man. So, glad that he out.
Yes, sir.
He had our recruits coming in petting horses and shit. People don't want to pet no goddamn horses, man. Not no 17, 18-year-old. They don't want to pet horses and shit. Make PBJ sandwiches. Don't nobody want to do all that bullshit. So we was looking lame for the longest, man. So I'm glad them death threats came around. He got his ass up out of here.
Those are some strong statements. I mean, it's I was a big Mac fan. I mean, maybe I'm just blind, but I really thought Will Greer set this program back 3 to 5 years more than Jim McElwain did. How do you respond? How do you respond to that?
I mean, it was the fact that the guy really didn't know offense like that. He was tabbed, to be an offensive guru, quote unquote. However, he never really showed his product on field. Either he was just very stubborn or he just really didn't know what the hell he was doing. So,
I agree with you 100%. Well, let's talk about, you had an interesting take on Felipe Franks. You said you think he'll start, but you said you thought it should be a tight end, and that really blew my mind because I'm not a Franks fan. I think Emory Jones is going to win the job in the fall. But go ahead and talk about Franks a little bit. I'm interested to get your take.
My bad. I got my mouth full of food right now, man. I'm eating a
okay. Let me talk to you. Well, let me talk to you about Franks, man, because I understand the tape wasn't beautiful. I understand the turnovers, but for somebody to say he should transfer to tight end, to me, it's just a slap in the face. This kid's going to be drafted no matter what. If he never plays another down in college, somebody will draft him for his arm talent. I mean, you can't hand the ball off better than Felipe Franks can throw it deep. I mean, his deep ball's that good. I mean, whether he can figure it out as a quarterback, I don't know. I don't think he can, but we're going to have to find out with Mullen's magic, man. And when I talk about Mullen's magic, I mean, Mullen succeeded with quarterbacks who couldn't throw the ball that well before.
Right.
And what do you think about running the ball? Maybe running the ball will help Franks relax.
Yeah. However, I don't see Felipe as a true runner, like that. I was watching some good tape on, I forgot the dude's name. It's not Bill Sykes, but I forgot the other guy's name. I retweeted his video and all, but he pretty much brought up a bunch of old game tape from Cal Trask, showing that he actually ran his spread in high school. And actually, one of my good homeboys is on Trask's high school's staff. But anyway, Trask
down there, Manville, Texas. He played
Manville. So, Trask is actually familiar with running the spread. Felipe isn't. Felipe just be out there looking like a baby giraffe, bro. He just be out there just pretty much just winging it. And, hey, I'll give you credit. Mullen definitely does know exactly how to retool a quarterback. But based on what I've seen from Felipe, man, he's pretty much like a deer in headlights. Like the guy, he keys in on one particular player. I'm pretty sure that Mac and Nussmeier and every other coach out there, that tried to work with Felipe, I'm pretty sure they told him, hey, don't look at just one guy. I'm pretty sure he's heard that many a times, but yet and still, every single game he went out there, bro, he went out there and he actually just keyed in on one guy. He kept keying on B. Powell every single time. He keyed in on what he was doing, he was checking the ball down each and every time. So when I said, for him to actually be a tight end, that was pretty much, just to say, hey, let's go ahead and utilize his talents for something else. I mean, I understand that, he, is obviously, better touted probably as a quarterback. However, just looking back at everything, I really wish we would have let him going over to the LSU, man. Because he just isn't, he's not quarterback material to me. So put it like this. I don't know if you know all the history. Obviously, Gavin Dickey, he was recruited. He was a former quarterback. We recruited him, to a wide receiver. for a tight end. He actually worked out very well as a tight end as well. And who else? Burton, Trey Burton. We converted him from quarterback over to tight end. Obviously, he was more of an athlete anyway as well. Jordan Reed, we converted him from quarterback over to tight end. I think Felipe got the ability to actually be able to do the same. If not tight end, he's got the chance to actually be another David Nelson, a tall, lanky wide receiver out there.
I mean, it's a great ideal, but this guy's going to get drafted as a quarterback just on his arm talent alone. Can you teach him to play quarterback? I don't care who the coach is. I think he's allergic to playing quarterback. I don't care who the doctor is. I believe in Dan Mullen more than anybody. But, man, Felipe Franks don't have field awareness. He don't have field vision. He don't know when to get rid of the ball. I mean, when he gets outside the pocket, he is lost. I mean, I really think he loses eye control. All he sees is the grass. I mean, he don't even see open receivers running downfield. I mean, if his first receiver ain't open, he really struggles. And I think Kyle Trask would be more likely to start if Emory Jones don't get the call, because after the spring game, I would think all the reporters and the fans are going to be talking about Trask and not Frank.
Right. I agree, and I hope that happens. I really hope that happens, man. I want Trask to actually be, the main guy that everybody is actually talking about. I want the buzz to be in the air for nothing but Trask. I'm just really not sold on Franks anymore. Franks pissed me off that much. Like that. I'm just not sold on the guy anymore, man. I just don't want to see him anymore.
I agree with you, and I would agree with you, man. The previous coaching staff did a piss poor job of really getting these guys ready. I mean, Doug Nussmeier wet the bed so many times, but I'm gonna tell you, man, Emory Jones is really exciting to me. I know he's a lot of people would say he's behind right now, but that's to be expected when you're throwing a brand new receivers in different groups all the time. But I think by fall ball, this kid's really got a chance to start, because when I look at Kyle Trask, I know he knows quarterback, but I don't know if he can really got the legs to scare you enough to run a spread in the SEC, and I really question his arm strength.
Right. Well, I mean,
can he fit it in tight windows? Because I didn't see that in the spring last year, but he had another year to develop. He might have got stronger, but I don't know how much better you get at arm strength.
And see, that's my thing with Franks. He actually sat for that whole redshirt year. He had time to develop, and then we finally got him out here on year 2, and he looked like bullshit. So that's why I'm not sold on Franks anymore, man. He had plenty of time to work behind sorry-ass Appleby, and who else was out there? Del Rio.
Right.
We could have actually put Franks in at that particular time. I would have preferred, we actually gave Franks the opportunity to play, during his freshman year, as opposed to Luke Del Rio and, sorry-ass Appleby, but, that's a totally different story.
Right.
However, again, Franks is just, again, he's pissed me off that much to the point to where I'd rather see him utilize his talent and his height and his size in another capacity outside of wide receiver, man.
I'm not here to sell you on. Hey, don't read me wrong. I'm not here to sell you on Franks. I'm done with Franks. I'm just having a good conversation with you, because I really like it. It's compelling to me.
That's good.
But I'm on that Emory Jones wagon, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, hey, Emory got the juice right now, though. I think Emory gonna be, definitely the quarterback of the future, man. I'm excited for Emory.
Well, the future's now. The future's now.
Accuracy too.
The future's now. I mean, to me, Emory Jones helps Dan Mullen more as a play caller than anybody we have on our roster, and he really helps our running backs a lot, because when you have a kid that can. When you can run that ride and hide, I like to call it, when you can pull it and go to the house, it really makes defenses play slower, and you cannot blitz every down. If I put Franks or Trask in the pocket, you're going to say, all I got to do is stop the run and keep them in the pocket because they can't beat me. But, man, you can't say that about Emory Jones, because he may not be accurate in practice, but there's something to be said about games, man. And I think this kid's a gamer. I don't know so much about practice and throwing in nets. To me, that's not even football, baby. Get a man in the game and let's see what's going on. You don't want to wait till at Tennessee, at Mississippi State, when Franks or Trask has already showed you they can't get it done, to start this kid. It's important to get him in games early so he can get the communication piece of getting plays in, getting them in the huddle, and getting them communicated to the players so they can play fast. You don't want to learn that on the road, baby. Not in the SEC.
Right. But, hey, you know what? This is going to be my bold prediction right here. As I mentioned over there on Twitter, man, I said that I think that Franks is going to eventually probably start, Unfortunately, I think Franks is probably going to start. And then by the third or fourth game, he's going to get the job taken away from him. And we're going to give the job to either Emery or Trask. One of those two going to take, one of those two going to take it over for the rest of the season.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to give it to Emery third or fourth game in because you're at Tennessee, at Mississippi State, and that's a hard communication piece. The communication piece is what you worry about going on the road with a young quarterback. It ain't the game.
Right.
I mean, so that's why I say if you're going to go with Emery, if you're just waiting on Franks to fail, hell, you know he's going to fail. You might as well start with a young gun, get him in the huddle early. That way he can get the communication piece down because you're playing at home for 2 games before you go on the road, man. And I think Kentucky's got a good defense, man. I don't know if Franks can operate when you're throwing pressure at him. Matter of fact, I know he can't. I think you got to go with Trask or Jones. I don't think Franks is going to start at all. I think he's going to lose traction after the spring game. I really do.
And you know what? I hope that's true, bro. I really, really, really hope that's true. I'm telling you, that's how much I'm done with Franks, man. I'm totally done. He had 2 years.
Well, why do you think he's going to start then? Because if you're done with him, just because he's got college experience really don't mean nothing. I'll take talent over experience anytime. And let's don't handcuff Dan Mullen. He's done less with more. He's been doing it for years.
Right. And the only reason why I said that he'll start is because of what all the reporters have actually been putting out there.
Don't listen.
Have been putting out there. The fact that
don't listen to local media.
I won't even say the fact.
Well,
the reporters have been putting out there that he's the front runner, or hey, he's the person to beat out for the job here and there. And I was like, let me just say, wild case scenario, he starts. I'm pretty sure he's not going to start the full year. I'm pretty sure about that.
So you don't think we're really going to have a great season?
Hell no. I got a $250 bet on the line right now with
switching
State.
quarterbacks.
Guys,
You're going to bank on a team when you're talking about switching quarterbacks?
Bro,
that's not a good recipe for success.
I believe in Mullen. I believe that we actually have a capable quarterback that actually can show some composure outside of Franks. I don't think Franks actually has the composure and or the smarts to be able to actually go through his
he can't operate inside the pocket. He don't have the IQ.
And when you throw pressure at Franks, bro, he buckles every single time. So I got a $250 bet with some Seminole fans. I told them that, hey, based on our schedule, based on how easy it looks, man, I think that we're going to actually have a better season in Florida State. Better record than Florida State. I got a $250 bet on the line.
I would agree with that. I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't win 10 games. I mean, I really don't even. Where do you rank